games, and this is one that happens today, and one that means everything to the pair of them.
And we have seen several players who have
60.
struggled in their first match and then performed exceptionally well in the next game. So Hurrell can maybe take some kind of inspiration from performances of the likes of Priscilla Steenbergen, for example.
I think that could apply to virtually the whole field from the weekend. I think everyone struggled a little bit at the weekend and then turned it on the next game, and it was nice
60.
to see. It's sort of what we were saying in commentary on Saturday and Sunday, that players change after that first game's out of the way. You just relax so much more.
140.
Let's hope it's the same for these guys.
Vreede himself had a bit of a battle with Francesco Raschini of Italy. Came through 2-1 and stuck 7 or 8 points on his average in beating the Dutch-American Jules van Dongen 3-1. And he was the underdog in that
140.
match.
Yeah, I heard a lot of good things about Jules. I was expecting a bit more, to be honest. But that's darts. That's why we love and sometimes hate the game.
Ryan, you require 161.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic few days of darts
50.
this afternoon. We carried on with some wonderful stuff. A record-breaking finish from Veronica Rehash in her defeat to Bo Groove, but she did run a very, very close in that game. And then a real war of attrition between Jim McEwen and Mike Warburton, which a Scotsman won. De Vreede here, looking for tops to take the first leg.
91. James, you require 115.
Single 20 leaves you 95. He'll go back up to 20.
59.
Needed 76 before the last
Ryan,
dart.
you require 20.
He's got 3 clear darts for double 10 here.
Game shot on the
He needs
first
2.
leg. Ryan De Vreede.
It's a breaker throw, but again, it's a little bit scrappy.
Second leg, it's Ryan to throw first. Game
James Hurrell at the start. Still, his Lakeside nerves have not settled. I think we have to say that it's a great thing just to see James Hurrell up on the stage.
100.
He's been through an awful lot in the last few years, hasn't he? He had to stop playing for a long while.
Yeah, he was seriously ill for quite a while. It's a long road back from any illness or injury. And
60.
Still not really that much into that long road. Got plenty of time to improve and get himself right again. Shouldn't
60.
just expect it to happen overnight. It never will. He's young enough, he's good enough, he's got the quality. He will be back.
84.
Has the honour at the moment, as Richard Ashdown announced before his walk-on, of being the England captain.
There's not been many of them over
100.
the decades. Martin was captain for a good 20 plus years, maybe longer.
It's very much seen these days as an
81.
individual sport, Tony, but what is it like to play in a team representing your country?
I mean, obviously, I played, I think there's only Martin played more internationals than myself for England, but
60.
back in the day when we played in red trousers, we looked really fearsome. and you get the lads together, and as I was talking about county darts early on, and you've got your own county teammates who play, but you play the best from every county with you, and it's great to see all the lads together. 75 scored.
95.
Are the red trousers coming
James,
out for finals day on Sunday?
I still do have a pair, but they wouldn't fit. I know that for a fact.
Treble 19.
139. Ryan, you require 86.
86 for Ryan. Treble 18. It's a single. He'll probably go for the big 18. Clear shot at the bull now.
61.
Hurrell gets the chance then to break back.
James, you require
and put that
16.
bad leg behind him.
Game
And
shot on the
straight in,
second
and that
leg.
should
James
be a
Hurrell.
settler for the
Third leg,
WDF
it's
number
James
1
to throw
ranked player.
first. Game on.
Cancels out the break immediately, and now effectively puts this set back in his control.
He's got that marker on the board, that first leg.
140.
Already you can see a bit more confidence throwing.
$100.
We've seen over the years all the Dutch players, they all seem to be fast throwers, but Ryan sort of bucks that trend a little.
60.
A bit more deliberate.
Yeah, he's not slow, is he, by any stretch of the imagination, but certainly not the
140.
blistering pace of the likes of Michael van Gerwen and other players that we've seen. Jelle Klaassen, who won on this stage, of course.
$140.
The draw starting to take shape. The winner of this one will face the winner of this evening's opening match in the quarterfinals tomorrow. That's defending
30.
champion Wayne Warren.
James will require
Scotsman Cameron
161.
Menzies. Whatever happens, however they play, it will be entertaining.
Yeah, the shackles will be off for Cammy. He's broke his duck on that stage, and anything could happen
81.
now from that young man.
And Wayne, having been a couple of sets down last night, will be playing really on a bit of a free roll.
135.
Here, though,
James
80
will
for Hurrell
require 80.
to deny De Vreede a chance to break again. Oh, it's a good guide. You can use that.
55.
As you say, Chris, that
Ryan,
25 was a
require
lovely shot.
96.
Just wanted to throw exactly the same dart again, really.
56.
Try and clean up the crumbs.
James will require 25.
17 for double four was the intention. Double 11.
14.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? When you misfire with your first start, it all starts to feel a little
Ryan,
bit
you
awkward and
require
uncomfortable.
40.
That's a shot you never see deliberately. 25 going for 3. He obviously didn't go for 3, but a chance to nick it.
35.
Wouldn't take it.
But now he will go for 3.
James will require 11.
What's the chances on a 17 here?
He'll blame you if he does. Oh, it's a 19,
score.
Tony.
Can't blame me for that. I said 17.
Ryan, you require 5.
It's amazing. It's them missing them single numbers that can cost you so often. We've all been guilty of it. I'm not just saying it. We've all done it.
De Vreede not guilty there. He gets 2 darts at double. Misses 1.
3.
Misses 2. The single that Hurrell has been struggling
James
with
will
here.
require 11.
Gets it this time. Double 4.
Game shot on the
And he
third
gets that
leg.
as well.
James
Still
Hurrell.
doesn't look comfortable, does he?
Full play, it's Ryan
It
to
all
throw
looks
first.
like very hard work for Hurrell at the moment. And that's exactly the kind of demeanour that he had in
93.
the opening match.
Yeah, just needs to string a few tons together, basically. Just get some sort of rhythm going. That was a nice 140.
140.
A little bit of a scoring phase going. Seems to be a bit broken up at the moment.
140.
And there's the man of the moment. The man who broke Barney's record. A record that had stood for 3 years
140.
longer than his opponent in that match had been alive. The highest ever average at the Lakeside World Championship by Richard
98.
Veenstra last night.
Yeah, that's a guy who wasn't sure how he's going to play because he hasn't actually played too much. I think the break's done him good.
95.
I'll give you credit. You
Ryan,
did say
you
watch out for
require
him.
170.
The player always seems to turn up from nowhere. Hurrell will come back
60.
now, looking to clean up this big combination
James will
shot
require 126.
for the first set.
It's a treble 19. He's got a choice here. Go there again for double 6 or 19 and the bullseye.
Game shot in the first
In the
set.
bullseye.
James Hurrell.
Oh, what a start that is from James Hurrell. He struggled.
Matches. Actually, with the different coverage of TV's affected that.
Second
highly.
set, first leg. It's Ryan
Back in
to
the day,
throw
my
first.
first early games,
Game
there was
on.
no commercial breaks. It was a long L session on that stage.
Yeah, sometimes it can help.
180!
The break itself, but what you do in them, as you and Paul have been talking about today here at the Lakeside, you know, you do go back in the practice room, you can see your friends and family, maybe there's someone who can give you a bit of a pep talk, know exactly how you respond.
Yeah, everyone's different, there's no right or wrong how you spend your time in that room.
57.
Paul said he's a bit of a loner when he plays. What about you? Are you a bit more social, or do you keep yourself to yourself during a match?
During
100.
a match, obviously, there's one thing on your mind, but I had a knack of cutting the game off once I went in the back room, and obviously people would be chatting away, and sometimes,
58.
depending how I felt, every game was different. Sometimes I wouldn't even bother throwing at the board in that little 5-6 minute break. Refreshments were usually a part of it.
Well, I always think that
59.
sometimes when players throw the practice darts and they're going in perfectly, you can look at it two ways. I'm playing really well, or I'm wasting these.
174.
That's a perfect throw.
Hasn't been very wasteful in this leg. A 180 to start it, a 174 to set up double 16 for a 13 darter straight out of the break.
Straight away, the break's done him good. Young Ryan.
Ryan, you require 32.
As Chris said, for a 13 darter.
$16.
They look pretty dominant in this leg, but Hurrell's got a chance of
James,
stealing
you
it with a
require
108.
108.
Is it Artful Dodger time? He'll stay there. Was hunting down the treble for a dart at double 14,
60.
so Vreede
Ryan, you require
will have 3 more
60.
darts at double 8. It's getting harder, but he
Getting
hits.
shot on the
He
first
worked his way
leg.
in.
Ryan de Vreede.
And just as he did in the opening set, de Vreede
Second leg, it's James
takes
to
the
throw
first leg of the second.
Game on.
Ryan, part of a breed of young Dutch players.
137.
Probably one of his best mates when they were younger. I don't think they see too much of it. There was young Jimi Hendrix. Do you remember him, Chris?
Oh, the guitar, well, not that one.
No, he's a bit younger than that one.
81.
But he came here on his debut and actually beat Martin Adams in the first round a few years back.
Yeah, there's a Jimi Hendrix and a Jerry Hendrix. He's the one that went onto the Alexandra Palace stage and said he felt like a fish.
96.
I think that was a comment lost in translation, but it was funny.
45.
We've got plenty of characters in this tournament. I mean, that first match of the evening, you couldn't ask for 2 more animated arrows aces in Wayne Warren and Cameron Menzies.
100.
Literally anything could happen in that game.
Yeah.
As I said, the shackles are off with Cammy. He's broke his duck on this stage, and as we've seen in the last couple of years, he's throwing some phenomenal darts. And if Wayne joins the party right from the off, it could be a fantastic game of darts.
Yeah, it should be a fantastic evening.
41.
Make sure you join us. First match underway at 7 p.m. De Graaf against Suzuki, the
45.
final last 16 match
James, you
in
require
the women's tournament.
127.
Follows it as Hurrell here looks for a 127 to level up. Doesn't need to bother with the treble 19. Yeah, I'll have to behave myself in the third match,
91.
Tony, because that one is treacle against the Muffin Man. And then Andy Barton's against Scott Marsh brings an end to the evening's entertainment.
Yeah.
60.
I was impressed
James,
with
you
Scott
require
yesterday. Played very well.
36. Game shot on the second leg. James Hurrell.
Darter.
Third leg, it's Ryan to throw first.
Yeah, Hurrell playing well here. Seems to have put that double trouble from the previous round behind him.
57.
He had all sorts of problems on the outer ring before then inexplicably winning the match with a 1-4-1
96.
supersized checkout.
noticed in one of his earlier games,
140.
James, he did pick the pace up a little bit and seemed to improve a bit, and I just feel he's doing that again in this match. Since the break, he seems to have speeded up a touch.
100. $121.
Great recovery from that first dart. Down on a finish, he's got a ton lead here. Bit of a blocker from Ryan. That was the problem it caused.
44. James, you require 144.
There's a couple of ways of going for this, but he's going the 20 route. Thought he scored, could go across to 18s.
58.
Bit unlucky. Ryan back on 200 though. Again, just below the treble 20. Let's get round this one.
100. James, you require 86.
He's left the finish for 100, but Hurrell has got a chance to break. Didn't need that. 85 left.
So, treble 15. Some players go treble 19. Opted for the former, but it allows an opportunity.
28.
For Vreede to pinch a leg.
Ryan, you require 100.
Tops. Never really gave it a chance.
The chuck in a row. He's blocked the 20 again. That wasn't in
James, you
problem,
require 58.
James for a chance for a break with this 58.
Game
Only needed two again.
James Hurrell.
Pointed at the double top there as if to say, yes, I can hit a double.
But he actually had a lot of trouble on that particular target in the first match. It was 1 point
Full leg,
in
it's
the
James
game.
to throw
Yeah,
first.
double top. That's where it is.
Game on.
In the previous match, there was a point where a third of the darts he'd missed at double were all at tops.
Oh, he's put that right.
I'm not talking when he'd only
78.
thrown 3 darts. We're talking when he'd thrown 20 odd.
Yeah, you can drive you mad this game.
100.
But I asked, I think it was Paul Nicholson alongside me in commentary for that one. I asked him whether it would have been wise to stop leaving it, but Nicholson said no, you have to stay stubborn and persevere. You don't want to start
100.
thinking I can never hit that double again.
Yeah, you've got to try and sort that bogey out. I've been guilty of it myself. Let's see if Ryan can fill this up.
140.
32 was my favourite number, but it cost me games so many times because I was stubborn. But when it's in your head and that's your favourite,
44.
especially 32, I mean, you know, you chase the one next to it, double 8, and then over to 4s, which are good doubles. So I always thought, well, if I couldn't get 32, I'm bound to get one of the others, but
91.
didn't always happen like that. Left the big fish.
Yeah,
He will be back for it.
Vreede that seems to be struggling a little bit more on the checkouts this time.
45. Ryan, you require 170.
He's not going to get a go at the bullseye, but he will be back.
81.
A bit of a loose start that just allows Hurrell back into this leg.
Yeah, that was a bit clumsy. 2 treble visit from Hurrell could put the pressure right on Ryan. Doesn't need 2 trebles, I think. Not going to get it now, though.
100.
That was a bit of a saver, though. At least he is on a finish. All about Ryan here in this treble 19. He's got it.
2 8s.
73.
We've already seen
James,
the
you
1 2
require
6
134.
from James Hurrell. How about a 1 3 4?
I think he's looking at treble 18. Well, that would have left 2 double tops if it had been 1/4 inch to the right. That's it. Now he can't finish. So Ryan's going to have 3 darts to level the set.
Yeah, and to prevent the pattern continuing from the previous set, having won the first leg in each. Would have lost
114.
3-1, 3-1, but this is for
Ryan, you
2-2.
require 16.
And as Tony said, to have the darts in the decider.
Game shot on the
And that's
fourth
exactly
leg.
what happens.
Ryan de Vreede.
As Priscilla Steenbergen
Fifth leg, it's
cheering
Ryan
on
to
her
throw
Dutch
first.
compatriot.
Game on.
Really picked up her performance in that second match. It was a bit of a slog, her opening match at the weekend, Steenbergen, when she edged past
96.
Darlene van Sluwen, but she then beat the Dame of Dutch darts, Anke Zielstra, in straight sets to reach the quarter-finals.
Yeah, and a great performance it was.
83.
Just to put you in the picture of how difficult the doubling was for James Hurrell in that previous match.
180.
The trebling seems easy for De Vreede here. Yeah, he hit 10 out of 37 attempts.
180.
180 likes catching.
$100.
Well done, Jim. Respect.
Very
Great
magnanimous
player.
there.
I'm rooting for you now, boy.
Rooting for the man who's just chucked him out, Chucky, Jim McEwen. Top guy, Michael Warburton.
140.
Top darts from Hurrell and De Vreede here.
Ryan, you require 125.
Bullseye to start. Now the 60. And now he has to hope that Hurrell
49.
does not clean up this and double his lead in the match.
James, you require 98.
He's one for treble 20, which will leave 38. 78, treble 18 for double 12. Single again, though. Well, he's going to
58.
be hoping for a Ryan De Vreede miss on 76.
Ryan, you require 76.
Should get at least one dart at double. That's all he's going to get at best. Double top. Big pause. Big moment.
56.
Big miss, potentially, because Hurrell has now found the location of double top.
James, you require 40.
Well, he pointed it out a few minutes ago, so he knows where it is again.
Slightly south, James.
James shot on the second serve.
And that's the
James
target,
Hurrell.
and look what it means to James Hurrell. He survived a little bit of a scare there, with De Vreede missing a dart at the same double, and then Hurrell hits again to lead by 2-0.
It was 3 or 4 times in that set when Ryan was throwing an important shot. He left it so low and blocked the 20, and it affected him every single time.
Third set, first leg. It's James to throw first. Game on.
What do you say in golf? Never up, never in. He's left it short so many times already.
Well, in play now, he's actually doubled his double success rate from the previous match. It was 25%. Now, for this one, it's 50%. That'll win you a lot of games of darts, won't it?
Well, that's what we look for. So, little improvements, but that's massive, that improvement.
30.
And, that's the main reason he's 2-0 up in sets and looking good for the match.
And it's De Vreede who's struggling in that department. He's thrown 7 more darts at a double than his opponent.
140.
But has only won 3 legs.
Little bits of success that James has been having just breeds more success.
140.
He's well up again in this set.
Well, both the men our camera focused on then are legends in their own way.
58.
Real characters. He's actually not a bad dart player, is Jackie.
He actually played up in St Helens at the weekend in a disability darts tournament before he made his, what had been an annual pilgrimage to the Lakeside, until it all stopped after the 2019 tournament.
100.
But he's one happy chappy that darts is back at its spiritual home.
140.
Like every
James
other form of
requires
darts
68.
at the moment, the disability darts, he's flying.
Well, it's Hurrell who's flying here. Double 4.
60. Ryan, you require 51.
De Vreede, to get to this position, has thrown in a hat-trick of 140s. He finds double top this time.
Ryan De Vreede.
Why not in the last leg, Ryan? That's what he'll be thinking.
Second leg, it's Ryan to throw first. Game on.
It would be a very different game if he had managed to do that.
59.
Well, George Orwell should have written a book about darts, because all legs are equal, but some legs
81.
are more equal than others. Certainly applies in set play.
180.
Not bad in that department. 3 in the match now for the Dutchman.
180. Answering him again, though. A couple of times now we've had back-to-backs. Just want one player to do it.
134.
A week of records already. It'd be nice to see a 9-darter here. It's been so long. 92 years, 32 years, sorry. Feels like 92 years. A few close weeks over the years.
Yeah, I think we'll get at least
100.
that. I think we'll get at least
Ryan, you require
a
128.
throw at a double during this tournament. I do wonder if that comes into it, you know, a player in the mind. It's not just hitting a 9-darter, is it, which
James,
is
you require
obviously an ultimate
140.
achievement, but knowing that you're hitting the first one for more than 3 decades.
Social media hear them week in, week out, day in, day out.
120. Ryan, you require
Better in the double
50.
than the treble. Now De Vreede wants the double. Now he wants double 10.
40.
And now Hurrell wants double 10 to break back, and all the good work that De Vreede has just done,
James, you
he
require
may have undone.
20. Game shot on the second leg. James Hurrell.
Oh, with a 2-set lead, and
Third leg, it's James to
he
throw
has the
first.
darts in this set.
Game on.
That break's got him back in pole position. Just needs a big start here from young James.
Yeah, he's starting to show, James Hurrell, why he's the WDF #1 at the moment. His average has just
140.
creeped above the 90 mark for the first time, not just in the match, but in the tournament.
140.
Yeah, obviously, the deeper you go into a tournament, it means you're playing well, so it does creep up during the week if you're still in the tournament. James is one of them players, when he hits that first dart in the treble, that he tends to follow it in quite often. So he needs to put all the effort into that very first dart.
96.
His first dart should be down at 19s here, though.
Well, who's getting advice from who? I think it's more congratulations from Wolfie to Chucky.
He'll stay down there.
171.
Yeah, great darts from James there. He'd have left the 170 if that last one would have been a single,
87.
but nice to fill it in. Left a nice 1-3-2 finish.
James, you require
He just
132.
looked at De Vreede's score there. He's going to go for treble 20.
Yeah, playing the percentages. That's 108, 107 now.
25.
And sometimes when you try and play it cute and do the sensible thing, maybe sometimes just go for it. You can change your mind if you've hit 2 good darts.
85.
Back again with 107.
James, you require 107.
Well, he's at a 140 and a 171 in this leg. Will probably feel aggrieved if he doesn't win it, but he may not even get a dart at double in it.
47. Ryan, you require 93.
There's 2 ways for this. Treble 14 will leave him 32, but he's gone 54-20 route. Not achieved either of them.
53. James requires 60.
20 for his favourite double. The good friend that he fell out with earlier in the week.
Game shot.
Friends again.
James
Hurrell
Hurrell.
hits. Hurrell leads.
Hurrell gets Ryan to
Hurrell
throw first.
is one leg away from a place in the quarterfinals. And a reminder what a day it is going to be
97.
here at the Lakeside tomorrow. All 8 quarterfinals will be played, all 4 from the men's tournament, all 4 from the women's tournament.
Yeah, earlier in the week and actually leading up till tonight's finish, it's a bit mishmash really, but tomorrow straight draws, we know exactly
140.
where we're up to, and for me it was always the time the tournament started proper.
Yeah, there's been some absolutely epic quarter-final days here.
60.
We had Glenn Durrant with us yesterday. He was involved in one 4 years ago when every single men's quarter-final went 9 sets.
Yeah, the punters got the money's worth that day.
100.
When did they finish that? Was it Friday afternoon?
Last Friday,
that
yeah.
Thursday. But you don't mind games
60.
going all the way if it's exciting. Why they're here, they want to see these sort of games. Epic battles.
Yeah, all the really important
100.
stuff coming up as the tournament nears its conclusion. Quarter-final Friday, semi-finals Saturday, and then it's finals day on Sunday featuring
94.
4 finals, including the first
James
ever
require
girls' final.
161.
They checked out with 141 to win his first match. He's not going to supersede that with a 161, but he's going to be in a very, very handy position.
54.
Yeah, it could have been better though. One from Ryan here. This is going to put the cat amongst the pigeons. 70 left, probably treble 18.
123. James
Annoyed
require
himself there.
107.
For the win.
I had a practice at this a couple of legs ago. He's got the treble this time. It's 36 for the match.
89. Ryan, you require 67.
Has to hit. It's one dart at tops, and he cannot miss to save his skin,
47.
and that could be that. Hurrell takes his time.
James, you require 18.
They could split here. Is it split or hit?
Game.
It's hit for James Hurrell.
James Hurrell.